Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? This is a question almost as old as time itself. But in the world of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the answer to that question could cause you to rethink some friendships or even working relationships. Just ask the Midnight Boys.
White bread.
No, let's not do that to Leonardo. Let's not do that to Leonardo. He's my favorite.
Leonardo's great. Well. He's my favorite too.
Leonardo's your great. Favorite turtle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they, boring.
Y'all, you was your favorite.
Raphael, like
all right, see that's easy. That's choice, easy. Bro.
Yo, my name is AJ, and if you love thinking deeper about movies, TV, and anime, you're in the right place. Okay, so here's how this video is gonna go. I put up a short, and this is gonna be a follow-up to that short where I basically asked you guys who's your favorite turtle, right? But on top of that, after all the responses I got in the comment section, I think I got a good idea of what your favorite turtle says about you.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Okay, now, so in my initial video, I state why I think Raph is and will continue to be the greatest turtle of all time.
Who's saying that? Everybody.
But I'll explain why a little bit later. Because first off, based on the feedback in the comments, there's one turtle that stood out amongst the rest. Some might say that he's the most underrated and most slept on Ninja Turtle, the unsung hero, the technological genius, a true Ninja Turtle of the people. And that's why in this video, we're gonna start off with Donnie.
Banging entrance, dude!
Now, regardless how you feel about the first video I made, I've always had a respect for Donnie, mainly for what he brings to the team. But if I'm keeping it a buck, I never really bought into a lot of his storylines like that.
She's the most beautiful girl I've ever seen.
Isn't she the only girl you've ever seen?
But more so, I just marveled at all of his different inventions and discoveries.
Oh, neat. Donatello's figured out how to tune in the Weather Channel.
No bricks for brains. It's a tracking system.
And with that being said, if your favorite Ninja Turtle is Donnie, that means you're probably one smart cookie. And sure, intelligence is one thing, but you probably also have an innate curiosity to understand the world around you. And sure, maybe keeping with all the latest tech and stuff like that, maybe not. But you for sure are always open to learning new things, even if it's something that falls outside of your expertise. And one thing about Donnie that I always respected as well was the fact that he always came through in the clutch when the team needed him most. So if your favorite Ninja Turtle is Donnie, then you're probably a very reliable person, and always try your best to show up for your family and friends.
Logical.
Something else that I noticed in the comment section of the initial "What's your favorite Ninja Turtle says about you" video was how many times that your favorite Ninja Turtle corresponded with what sibling you are. Didn't matter, oldest, youngest, middle kid, even in my own case, as an only child, each one of them having a different designated Ninja Turtle that most likely represented them, or one they gravitated to the most. The one mentioned the most was for sure the oldest sibling.
Me, I'm 56 years old.
Damn! I'm sorry.
Mainly because of the responsibility that comes with it. So naturally, the next Ninja Turtle we talk about in this video is none other than Leo. So let's jump into this apparent Leo slander that will not be tolerated.
I'm sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
Okay, so boom. If your favorite Ninja Turtle is Leo, you're probably somewhat of a perfectionist, and you also have high expectations of yourself and those around you, which by no means is a bad thing. But even you can probably admit that sometimes you might go a little bit overboard.
Donnie's nose is in his computer, Raph's brains are in his biceps, and Mikey's head's in the clouds. I can't get them all on the same page.
But it's only because you care so much. So it's all good, right?
Okay. Are you kidding? That's unfair. She made those. I need to calm down.
I will say though, based on the comment section, the responsibility aspect of Leo's character definitely weighs a lot on people's mind when it comes to picking a favorite. Because obviously as an older sibling or the oldest sibling, you can relate.
For the eldest of your brothers, I was counting on you to bring order to the chaos of this family.
But if you ask me, Leo's complexity as a character gets misconstrued as boring and safe, mainly because a lot of his actions and the motivations behind them felt very passive, or in some cases, reactionary. So in a way, it can come off as being just, your average goody two-shoes.
You take that back.
Regardless of what his true intentions are, which even I will admit, most of the times he's really just trying to do what's best for the team, even if it comes at the detriment to one of his brother's egos, aka, Raph.
You can't leave home and come back expecting us to fall in line again like your little soldiers.
Who, by the way, is always about that action. So if I sounded like a Leo hater in the first video, that might kind of explain why. But at the end of the day, I still love all the Ninja Turtles, and even if we have different favorites, it doesn't mean that we're necessarily hating. It just means we got two different perspectives. And at the end of the day, you know, it takes two to tango. And the Raph and Leo rivalry always goes crazy. So much respect to all my Leo fans out there for holding it down in the comment section and shedding light on the burden / responsibility that comes with being the oldest sibling. Because to be frank, as you know, an only child myself, especially when I was a kid, I never really made that connection as being that big of a deal. But it makes complete sense why y'all relate to Leo so much knowing that now.
Textbook narcissism. Agreed?
But if you want to hear a more in-depth conversation about movies, TV, and anime, definitely check out the Why I'm Geek show here on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. All right, back to the video. Okay, so now over the course of this video so far, we've covered the most underrated Ninja Turtle and one half of a sibling rivalry.
You aren't ready. You're impatient and hot-tempered, and more importantly, I'm better than you.
Right.
Oh, you know something, big brother? I'd have to disagree with you on that one.
Let's go, baby! Let's go! Let's go! Yeah!
So it only makes sense that the next Ninja Turtle that we cover in this What Your Favorite Ninja Turtle Says About You video be the most popular Ninja Turtle of all time amongst, you know, most age groups. At least that's what the streets be saying.
You are wrong! All of you are wrong!
Which is none other than the pizza-loving, skateboard-shredding, life of the party, Michelangelo, aka the Last Ronin, aka MC Mikey.
MC Mikey.
Oh, I love that scene, bro. Okay, I can keep the nickname trend going, but Mikey did enough of that for us in the 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series that could last a lifetime. Because everybody and their mama had a nickname in that joint.
Dr. Flippenstein.
But to get back on track, if your favorite Ninja Turtle is Mikey, you're probably the youngest sibling or the youngest in your friend group. You probably are known for just going with the flow and low-key trying to be the peacemaker of the group. You definitely know how to relax and have a good time. And you're probably also super creative. You probably pick up skills very fast, which makes sense why you would gravitate to a character like Mikey, because it was said that out of all the Ninja Turtles, Mikey was definitely the most naturally gifted, which is probably why he tended to lose focus a lot of the times, because things came so easily to him. And from what I do remember, Splinter would go on to say more about that when he was explaining why each specific Ninja Turtle got their weapons. And when it came to Mikey, because the nunchucks required the most focus, it was the perfect weapon to kind of, you know, reel in Mikey's obvious talent and make him way more disciplined, or at least try to, than if he would have gotten something else that would have required a little bit less focus and patience. That, you know, obviously just wasn't challenging enough.
What's up, bro? You want some of this? I'm like a ghost. I'm over here. Now I'm over here, bro. Shadow. That boy is good.
You know, but at the end of the day, at least that was the goal, right? Because at the end of the day, Mikey is going to be Mikey. So prepare for the unexpected, because that's just about the only thing we can guarantee to happen when that boy Mikey gets involved. And if you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready.
This is the way.
One of my other favorite things that I noticed in the comment section of the original video was how some of y'all's picks for your favorite Ninja Turtle changed over time as you matured. Because more than a couple of you said that when you were younger, you started off as Mikey fan, because he was obviously, you know, the most relatable, the most goofy, the most fun. And at the end of the day, let's keep it a buck, it was the nunchucks, right? And nunchucks are freaking awesome. And that's coming from somebody whose favorite character hasn't changed since the beginning. So it's fascinating reading how that shift really happened and reading y'all explanations of why. Now, before we get to the final what your favorite Ninja Turtle says about you segment, I have some honorable mentions that I want to bring up that kept popping up in the comment section. First and foremost, Splinter, father and master of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Multiple people had Splinter as a favorite character because as they matured and probably became parents themselves, really started to respect more of how Splinter really molded the Ninja Turtles and prepared them for this crazy world outside of the sewers, you know, as much as he could.
Don't talk to strangers.
Hi, Sensei.
Everyone needs a stranger.
Hi, Sensei.
So if your favorite character is Splinter, you're more than likely an empathetic person who's always ready to lend a listening ear and probably regularly drop gems on how your friends or family members could approach a situation differently. Not necessarily telling them exactly what to do, but just, you know, offering them some perspective. You're probably very disciplined and at the same time not very pushy, because that was something I always appreciated about Splinter and his approach of, you know, raising the Ninja Turtles. Because even though he was like super protective, obviously, he also prepared them to face the world when and a lot of times it was never when he necessarily wanted it to happen, but because of the way that he raised them, they was ready to meet the moment. Some might even say he wasn't hiding his kids from the world, he was hiding the world from his kids, or should I say turtles? I don't know, but hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. Stop. But to get back to the point I was making, but it might not make it easy for them in training, but he always left room for the Ninja Turtles to make mistakes and learn from them. He didn't necessarily rule with an iron fist, but his approach was firm. And just all the conversations he would have, not just with the Turtles, but with basically everybody he came in contact with, was so profound. And then at the same time, when you least expect it, he'll add some snarky punchline in there that will, you know, lighten the mood. But before we get back to the main part of this video, I can't help but mention some other characters like Slash and Jenica, who also have appearances in the TV shows and the comics, because I just want to say, you know, they're goated as well. And some of y'all brought that up in the comment section, so I don't want to forget about y'all. But enough is enough, right? It's finally time to talk about the greatest turtle of all time to ever come out the sewers.
Finally!
The turtle with the most attitude, but the biggest heart, the one, the only, Raphael.
I'm awesome.
My personal favorite turtle of all time. And I know I might be a little bit biased with this one, but just hear me out, okay?
Okay.
Especially if you made it this far, you probably love Ninja Turtles. So if your favorite Ninja Turtle is Raphael, probably an introvert stuck in an extrovert's body. Don't ask me what that means, because what's understood don't need to be said. Just walk with me here, okay? You also probably have a lot of big feelings, but maybe don't know always where to put them.
You've got a rage problem, right?
It's not a problem.
You have the desire to be the best you can in whatever it is that you do, even if that rubs people the wrong way.
And whoever said I wanted to be led? I'm better off calling my own shots now. Get used to it.
You're headstrong and not afraid to go rogue if need be, because you not only believe in your ability, but you also tend to have good instincts and be a good judge of character, especially when you let someone in.
Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
You might also have some unresolved avoidant tendencies.
And every time I talked about walking away, it was because I was scared.
Are you crying?
No, I'm not crying, okay? I'm allergic to jerks.
But at the end of the day, who doesn't, right? Overall, you're someone who has high expectations of yourself and others, and you don't tolerate any level of disrespect, especially when it involves family. Now, I get that that last 30 seconds of this video was probably more detailed and descriptive out of all the takes I had prior, but it's what needed to be done. Okay, that's why I saved it for last, because to me, what separates Raph from everybody else is character development.
You sure about that?
Now, I know you might hear that and think it's a cop-out, because one could argue that the characterization of Raph has not changed since inception, or really when they all became, you know, distinct different characters after the initial release back in the day, where they basically all had the same personality, just, you know, different weapons. Shoot, if you want to go back even further, they used to all have the same color headband too. But let me get back to the point I was making. I think where people get misconstrued when it comes to Raph is that we confuse character development with storyline.
You sure about that?
Sure, the bare bones of every iteration of the Ninja Turtles follow a similar trajectory initially, right? But when we get to the meat and potatoes of each iteration and dive deeper into the story that they're trying to tell, the trigger or roadmap is different. And if you ask me, Raph is usually the one driving the story forward.
That's how I roll.
Plus, we get to see him grow as a ninja, as a brother, as a person in real time, way more consistently than the other turtles. So by the time that we get to the end of the movie or the show, we can see authentic growth that is also very relatable.
I love you. I love you guys so much.
Raph?
We made it.
But I also think we have to take into account the mediums that we choose to, pay attention to, because depending on what you're watching, what you're reading, things can get a little bit tricky. Like for instance, The Last Ronin. It contains my favorite Ninja Turtle storyline of all time. But the focus of that story is Michelangelo. And because it's like more of a graphic novel or comic book, whichever one you got. Personally, I got the big compendium or omnibus, whatever you want to call it, version of The Last Ronin that I read like a couple years ago. But because it's one self-contained story, we spend the whole book watching Michelangelo specifically grow and change on his path of revenge, and while also reflecting on his past and what got him here. And that's something that you can't always get to if you're focusing on just a movie or a long-running TV show or a short one, because like with most comics and graphic novels, there's a lot more room to explore those types of things. Whereas if we look at movies like the 2007 TMNT animated movie, the main focuses in that movie was Leo and Raph. As you know, opposing forces. Forces for good, but forces nonetheless. So characters like Mikey and Donnie might have only been there for comedic relief or cool action scenes. Of course, they still get their shine in those moments, but that's not necessarily where the focus is. And then if we want to take it a step further, we could take a look at the TV shows where you almost have an unlimited bandwidth to explore all four turtles, but in shorter, more compact stories that over time build up into this overarching narrative. So in essence, no matter what medium we're talking about, it's all relative.
Objection, he's testifying.
What's crazy to think about too is that even in this moment right now, you might not even be aware of some of the references I'm talking about in this video, unless you're like a super Ninja Turtle fanatic like me, who's basically seen everything that has released in the last 30 years.
Nerd!
Wait, what?
Which, if I'm being honest, is probably more like 25, because I kind of remember the old Ninja Turtle animated series that they still showed it on TV, but like my first real memory of Ninja Turtles was Ninja Turtles The Next Mutation, which came out in like 97. But I was only I probably didn't see it till I was 5 or something like that.
Okay, I'm waiting for the punchline.
Because even I didn't know they were still making Ninja Turtle comics until about a couple years ago. So don't take it to heart if we disagree on a couple things. This is supposed to be fun, right?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
And I just wanted to share what I learned after making that initial response video. That's still doing numbers, by the way. And if you're finding my video through this video right here, what's up? What's poppin'? Join the family. But other than that though, I think that's all I had for y'all today. I can't wait to see what y'all think in the comment section. So definitely leave your thoughts down below, because I do try my best to respond to everybody that I can. So definitely know that I will be down there chatting for sure. And who knows, y'all might spark up another video based on that conversation. But all in all, this video was fun to make, and I'm sure it won't be the last, because at the end of the day, even if we have different favorite Ninja Turtles, we all still love them as a whole. Right, so there's no bad blood on this side of things. I just appreciate y'all taking the time to watch this video and leaving comments down below. But enough yapping. If you enjoyed this video, here's another one that we think you would like. And before you go, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button down below. We are so close to hitting 1,000 subs. Sub up so you don't miss another one of my videos, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.